Hello and welcome back to I Create For You. Today is Whatever Wednesday. So, I'm going to do a bit of a flashback. Back to when you were a kid, in my era anyway. Do you guys remember the velvet posters? And you could get some that you can color. Well, I remember when they first came out, I was so excited. I wanted one so bad. And I had gotten one that was a very big, like the regular size poster. And it was so big it was rolled up in a tube when you bought it. And it was all animals. Jungle animals, forest animals, whatever. It's just they were all over this poster. And then like the edges were all velvet. And it just took me forever, but I didn't care. So, anywho, I thought I'd do a little throwback to that because a long time ago, I saw these similar ones at Dollar Tree, and they came in a package of two posters. They're velvet posters to color. This is the small one that came with it, and then you get 4 markers. And I'm not sure if they still have them there, but I got it not for this picture so much, but because I like wolves. It's this picture. Now the difference between back then and these is that we didn't have like this background thing going on. It was just psychedelic. You got your UV light out, and there would be like really fluorescent colors on some of them. Well, I've had this for a while now, and I just wanted to color it. So I thought this would be a good time. And I have metallic markers to do that with. I'm going to do that. And this is the swatches for those metallic markers. And I don't think it'll take too long to color this up. I just got to think more of how I'd like to color it. My favorite type of wolves are timber wolves, and they have brown and gray and little bits of black and white. So I was going to do that for here, but I don't really have a good brown. I mean, I'll use it anyway. They have this one is more excuse me. This one is more metallic than anything, the silver. So I will do my best and see what we come up with and how it looks. I'm going to take a sip. Oh my gosh, I am addicted to cotton candy. Anything, marshmallow, anything, right? So speaking of the Dollar Tree, I got to be careful. But look at this. Cotton candy soda. Oh my god. It's just so wrong, it's so right at the same time. If you have a taste buds for cotton candy. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with my voice, but we'll trudge through this. So I'm going to take the brown. Now these markers are dual tip. They have a brush on one end and a fine tip on the other, but we're going to go fast with this, so we're going to use the brown. And I'm going to start off up here. I don't have a black, so I'm just not going to use, because for his nose I can use something else. But I hope everybody's doing okay. We started off with a dreary day, but now the sun's shining. And I'm trying to get towels done in between the videos. This isn't covering too badly. Doesn't look so awful. It's about the shade of brown that timber wolves are. More of a yellowish yellowish brown. doesn't take long. And this has been sitting on my shelf forever. And I was like, man, I gotta get to coloring that. So I'm gonna do this part brown also. I got these markers at Five Below. Pretty nice. I'm such a budget-friendly artist, right? I think that's why I have a hard time pricing my art, because I know I don't use top-of-the-line art supplies, so I just don't feel like I don't think about all the time and energy it takes to put into artwork. I have a real hard time pricing mine. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I think, is trying to figure out what I want to do with the leg there, and I wanted to keep this all in one area, so what I might do is do this part brown and this part brown, and then the other part's gray. That's what I'm going to do. Not overthink it too much. We had rain all day yesterday too, and believe me, my body told me it was raining before I even looked outside. That's pretty sad, right? I'm dreading winter. My body does not tolerate winter well. When I was a little kid, yeah, I would be outside making snowmen, sledding, doing all that kind of cool stuff, but not anymore. It's like I would just want to shut the door, lock it, close the curtains, and just cuddle up with a blanket and a hot chocolate. But this is looking a little chintzy over here. Didn't make that look too nice. Go like this over it. Maybe it'll look a little better. It's because I wasn't trying to get the velvet painted or marked up there, colored. So those are the areas that look kind of yucky. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Now he's looking handsome. Okay, there's that part. Well, since this is brown here on the back, I'll do the back of this one. There, that was easy to think of that up. That solution. Now I'll do the top of this leg to keep it with that leg, the tail. Keep it the flow of the brown on the top. I hope you guys can see me. And then maybe I'll frame this sucker and put it in my craft room, which I'm renovating right now. Oh, what a disaster. I do a lot of my stuff down here in the living room. So what I would do was I'd go up in my craft room, bring stuff down, do it, and then when I take it up, I'd get lazy and just like, oh shit, look what I did. Open the door and throw it in. And then it started to pile up. I gotta find the silver. Let me see. Right next door there. Yeah, so that room needs a little help right now, and I'm working on it slowly. I had to get rid of my one desk, so I took that apart yesterday. At first, you think all these things you want to do, and you got this in your brain how you want it to look, what you want to do, and everything. Oh, and then when it comes down to it, you're like, oh, man, why did I do this? But anyway, I had to get rid of my desk because it was a craft desk, but I had something heavy on the one end, and the the top of the desk was already split in two with a hinge where you could drop the back down or open it up. It was mainly used for cutting fabric, so you could have double the space. Well, what I had in this, I was storing my stamping supplies in the thing that I had on top of my desk, and it sort of weighed it down a little too much, and next thing you know, it split. It just like made a weird bump in the uh, desk, so there was no fixing it. So we took it apart last night, and it wasn't so bad. It didn't even take us, it maybe took us 15 minutes to take it apart. And that was it. And now I have another desk in there we put in today, which was I got for free. Somebody was giving it away, and I'm like, I can afford that, so went and got that one. So now that one's up there. So that part's finished. Now I have another big, I felt the wetness. I thought I got it all over me. I have another big craft cabinet up there, and I'm getting rid of that because when we would move, that stuff was so heavy, and we aren't, like young people anymore. We can't just hoist that stuff here and there. So I'm thinking ahead if we ever have to move. I'm downsizing a lot of my stuff, and this heavy stuff has got to go because it's just not good for either one of us to try to struggle with it. So this one, though, I'm not trashing. This one I'm gonna sell because it was a very expensive cabinet. You open the doors up, it's sort of like it hides that you have a craft table and everything in the inside. But when you want to use a craft table, all you do is open it up and you pull up on the bottom, and it becomes a table too. So, and it's heavy duty. So I mean, like so my thinking is as soon as I can get everything squared away in there, because I have stuff in boxes everywhere, and get a path to it which I did this morning. I did get a little bit of a path to it because I was starting to clean it out. Once I clean it out, if we take off the doors and everything, I'm thinking, well, that'll work, because if we take it in pieces like that, at least get it down to where, like, once I get it a cleared spot, I'm going to take pictures of it while it's together, and then I'm just going to we're going to take off the doors and take all the shelving out to make it a little lighter to get it downstairs. And then I'm just going to post it on Facebook. It's like almost, when you see them now, they're like $400 for this cabinet. And I actually got it. Someone was selling their family members' estate stuff, and it was like new, and I got it for like close to $100, so it was a good deal. And I couldn't pass it up. And at the time, I got it because I needed something that wasn't so big to take up too much room, because I didn't really have the room when I got it. And so I've had it. And when we moved, it was like, holy crap, that sucker is crazy to move. So I've learned my lesson with that. I won't be moving that except helping to someone move it off our far porch and into their vehicle. Because, man, that was it's just so heavy. It means it was good quality, but man, Okay, so we got him done. Now we're going to go to a green. Either this green or this green. This green is this, which I might use because it seems like a night setting compared to a neon green. So I'm going to use this one. We're going to do these guys down here. Oh, it's still a little, well, it's not too bad, but still a little bright in the coloring. I gotta check to see if you can see me do it. Yep. I like brush tip pens. I didn't think I would. Here's the sad part. Speaking of downsizing, I had so many colored pencils and so many markers and so many pens and this and that and the other thing. So I started going through them all, and I had some brush markers like this, and I had never used them. And then just this last month or two, I saved some only because they were like skin tone color, and I thought, I'll try them sometime. Well, now I like them, and I sold some, and I'm like, crap, but that's all right. It's okay. Somebody else will enjoy them. Okay, we got that much done. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to figure out what to use because I don't want to use the gray too much because he's gray and black, gray and brown. So I'm going to use silver, but only for the little rocks like this. And then for the bigger rocks, I'm going to use possibly the purplish color. See how that looks. Oh well. Hey, whatever floats my boat, right? It seems like it on here. It looks so light for some reason, and on here it looks so dark. But those are my choices, and I'm going to use this. I'm afraid to use it. I'll just use it. Yeah, that's not too bad. Purple rocks. Only in this poster we have. Now this is all, I don't know if I should do, what else I should do. This looks like a piece of wood over here. And I'm not going to use gold. So I'll just use this brown again. Oop, wrong end. They don't have too much of an assortment in these pens, these markers, so they're the only metallic ones I have, and I thought metallic would look nice on this. It was only $1.25. In fact, you know what? I think it might have been $1 when I got it. That's how long ago it was. It's been floating and floating around in my craft room, getting shuffled here and there, so I thought it was about time to break it out. I might just give the other one away because I don't know if I'm going to color the other poster. I mainly got it for the wolf, so. I think I will stop after this. You've got the idea, and I'm going to use this in my thumbnail. So if you saw the thumbnail, you saw that it was how it looked when I finally completed it all with all the different colors. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me during my flashback moment. And I hope you can have a better day than I've been having. Oh, I should say a better week than I've been having. But it's always nice to come in here and hang out with you guys and try different things and so you don't get into that slump of what am I gonna do today type thing. But there it is so far. I'll fix this with different colors. I'll figure it out which ones I'm going to use. And I hope I get to see you guys in the next video. And that should be on Friday, unless I get ambitious and decide to do one tomorrow. But I don't think so, because I between my towels and my redoing my craft room, it's getting pretty hectic around here. So like I said, thank you so much. Thumbs up if you liked it. Even if you didn't, please. And share, comment. I love the comments. And and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. And if you have any ideas or any suggestions, just let me know. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.